Hello. So I'm just going to be sharing some tips and tricks that I've learned off of YouTube. I'm just concealing my melasma with my Cover FX. And let me know in the comment section below if this lighting is better. Okay, I think that's good enough. So, I'm going to conceal. This isn't a tip or trick that I've learned. But, well, I've actually learned that Cover FX is a good concealer. I learned that off YouTube. I'll show you here in a minute what else I've learned. Once I get this all blended through. Let's see. Hi Sylvia, how are you? I hope well. Baby girl's down for her nap, so I'm taking this moment to do this get ready with me. So to share some tips and tricks that I've learned off of YouTube as far as makeup goes. So I've also learned that you want to use, when you struggle with discoloration, you want to use a foundation and concealer that is darker than the actual discoloration that you have, so it doesn't show through, which I'm actually going to be needing because I'm going to be needing a darker concealer here soon because the sun's out and I'm going to get tanner, obviously. Okay, let's see if that's blended well. It looks like it is blended quite well. Hi, Raina, Miss De La Rue. I'm fine, thank you. How's your beautiful baby? She is sleeping right now. She had a rough night last night. So I'm glad you caught me, Misty. Yeah, but she's okay. She's just being a baby. You know, just being a baby. And so now that I have that all blended, here's another trick that I've learned to just take some, like to set your face, to set your foundation and concealer. Another trick that I've learned off YouTube is to use a blending brush with your powder. I always use blush brushes, but I find that the what is this called? A blending. Oh crud! My brain isn't working. Beauty blender. The beauty blender works a little bit better to set some powder, I think, because I don't know if it's just because it's already moist from you putting on the foundation, but I find it works better, which is weird. I would have never have thought. You know what I mean? Let's get this one. So using a beauty blender to set your powder on your face after applying foundation and concealer is a trick that I've learned off of YouTube. Just another one. Melasma's showing through. Hold up. I need more cover effects. I'm almost running out. That's no bueno. Telling ya. Which I would have never thought to use a beauty blender for powder, but it actually works quite nicely. Anyway, sorry. I probably see the discoloration more than you guys do. But I see it, and it's going to bug me if I don't cover it up. So far, I've learned Cover FX is a great concealer, which you can get at Sephora. I've learned setting your face with a beauty blender and powder works almost even better than a blush brush, which is coolness, I think. Just coolness. Let me see what you guys are saying. You do that so well, looking pretty. Thank you. I had it and had no idea what to do with it. LOL. Just learned what I was supposed to do with powder. Right? I'm like, I'm the same. I was the same way, Raina. Don't feel any shame in that, you know? This is what YouTube's for. It's to learn stuff and to teach each other stuff. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. So I'm just teaching you guys what I've learned. So that way we can all learn together. I've also learned do not pump your mascara. I learned that from, not from YouTube, but I learned that from one of my not supporters. People that view your content, what are they called? I don't know. Another YouTuber, I'll just say, because she actually has her own channel too. I learned that you're not supposed to pump your mascara, otherwise it'll dry it out. And I've never even heard of that. Like, I've always pumped my mascara, my whole life. Agreed. I've learned so much from makeup. How to clean, how to mom. You do that so well. Looking pretty. Okay. I know, right? Seriously. Anyway, okay. So, I also learned, okay, this is another one, that to not be afraid of contouring. Basically, if you've ever used a bronzer, which I'm sure all of us have, you've already contoured. So at first, contouring would scare the crud out of me. It would frighten me, and I would freak out, and I was so scared, and it just came to me, I forget who I was watching, but it was a beauty guru, and she had said, you're already contouring if you're using bronzer. And I'm like, oh, well, once you put it that way, it's not so scary, right? Oh, I didn't know that. See, again, Becca MS. She just said, when you run out of the, loose powder, you can use baby powder. Tons cheaper. I didn't know that. See? Thank you for that advice. I saw someone contour under the foundation. I want to try that. Yeah. I mean, I just randomly contour. I don't have there's no method to my madness. But yeah, like, I didn't even, like, realize that. Like, that makes so much more sense now that she put it that way. She made it less scary for the viewer to be like, okay, Well, you just follow where you would typically put bronzer. That makes so much more sense to me. You know what I mean? And that made it less scary. For sure. Just gonna do a little contouring. Not too much, just a little bit. And again, like I said, if you've used bronzer, you've contoured. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, makeup's not permanent. That's another thing I have to remind myself. Makeup used to give me a lot of anxiety in the beginning. And I'd get really anxious. Especially when I'd mess up on YouTube. Seeing as I do a lot of my makeup tutorials live. But it's not permanent. You can take it off. I think there's a difference between contour and bronzing. Bronzing warms the face, and contouring is for minimizing roundness. Okay. Bronzing is a lot less exact. Yeah, that's true. But it did take the like, for a new person who's learning contouring, it took the fear out of it. You know what I mean? Because I've used, you know, bronzer, and I've done the whole hide the double chin, you know what I mean, with my bronzers before. Do a little bit of that, you know. And it really did take the scariness out of the whole thing, which I appreciate. Now I wish I would have remembered who said that. Again, it was a beauty guru, so I've not really subbed any real beauty. Well, I'm subbed to like the little beauty gurus. I don't really like the mainstream ones because they just are too much for me. Again, I'm a new makeup person, so that's probably why. They're too fast. They make it look too easy, and it's just like, ah. But that one girl who had mentioned the bronzer trick, I was like, oh, okay. That makes it less scary. So, I learned about Cover FX on YouTube, and what a great concealer it is. I've learned how to contour on YouTube. I've learned how you can set powder with a beauty blender. Like, seriously? Like, that's the greatest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, that's been a godsend. It takes the texture. You know how sometimes when you set your face with powder, how it looks kind of textured? When you use a beauty blender, it doesn't have that. Like, it doesn't, at least I haven't noticed any texturization. Is that even a word? I make up words here as well. Like texturization. And I've learned about setting sprays. Again, you really need a good setting spray to also keep from having your face look all foundation-y. You don't want to use too much of it, though. A little goes a long way. I'm late. Aw, thank you. Hey, Nikki Crystal, I'm happy you're here. I like smaller channels. They're more genuine, right? And less pushy. Hi, Pamela. Yeah. And not everybody has, like, the funds to, like, go get, like, the most expensive stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to get the most expensive stuff. Who does not? I mean, hello. And I'll get there. I'll get there gradually, slowly but surely. It's not going to happen overnight, but I definitely wanted to get better at what I'm doing before I start spending too much money. You know? So, so now we're done with the face. What else have I learned? We did the Cover FX. We did the setting spray. We did the setting powder with a beauty blender. We did how contouring is not scary. I've learned how to put fake lashes on. That was a big deal. Let me put some eyeshadow down first, and then we'll do the fake lashes. And I'll share with you little tips and tricks of what I've learned. Mind you, it took me a very long time to be able to apply false lashes. A very long time. We're talking over a year of practice. And so, you know what I mean? It doesn't just happen. You have to really try at it. Like, practice makes perfect. I'm testing over-the-counter stuff and fine gems. Ooh, right, I love doing that. I still can't do lashes, Grr. Hi, Chad. I love your makeup, Nikki. Thank you. And over-the-counter a lot of times is just as good as high-end. Like, I love those dupes, you know, that they do. Like, the dupes they find. I'm all about dupes. Okay, so what eyeshadow are we going to do? I'm going to put down some, where is it? I'm still learning about what brushes are used for what. And you'd think I've watched plenty. I've watched enough tutorials to know that. But unfortunately, with my fibro fog and my brain how it is, like, I have to, like, constantly remind myself of what does. I have to watch things 1,000 times to really retain it. Because I can't find... I'll use my finger. Again, a perfect example of how I'm not a beauty guru. Using this color here. I'm just going to set it on my lid, and I'll use a blending brush for the black. My type is the color I'm going to use. It's like a shimmery champagne-y pink. Kind of... Here, let's see. Do you see that? I really like this color. It's Beauty Moss. Very beautiful. And I make up my words. I make up words here. Is Beauty Moss more beautiful, right? Is that what that means? Look at that. I don't know, can you see that? And then I love ColourPop. I learned about ColourPop again through YouTubers. Actually, a YouTuber sent me this palette. Her name is Just Anne. If you don't know her, check her out. She is freaking awesome. But that's how I found out about ColourPop. And it's really pigmented. The fallout isn't bad. I enjoy this stuff. The ColourPop is where it's at, in my opinion, for eyeshadows. But again, before she sent that, all I really had to work with was a BH palette. And I like, actually, I'm not dissing BH at all. I don't mind it. It does have a lot of fallout, but, I mean, what do you expect for having such a, I mean, even the nice eyeshadows have fallout, so, you know what I mean? But the ColourPop, I feel, is more pigmented than that BH. I love the way the shadows feel. Mickey, we need an eyebrow tutorial. I will do that, Crystal. Kayleen. With the makeup, LOL. Mr. Larry Minor Blonde. Going to the meeting. Aw, have fun, Raina. I have no eyebrows, it sucks. I've been married a long time. I just have one kind of makeup, LOL. Right? And, that's another thing. Makeup has really helped me kind of stay passionate about my looks. Because when you deal with chronic illness, when you deal with chronic pain, when you feel like crap every single day, the last thing you want to go do is do your makeup. But you know what? I'll tell you, it makes you feel 100% better. It does. And at least for me, it does. And it's kind of been like a godsend. It really has. When I first started my channel, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to do makeup, because I'm not a big makeup person, right? I'm lucky if I get a shower in. That's how sick, sometimes that's how sick I am. And, but this has really helped me motivate. So I'm just going to go into the black with a blending brush. And then put it in my crease. Then we can put those false lashes on, and I can show you the tricks that I've learned. Is that NYX shop? You can kind of tell from the picture. I'll see what you're saying in just a moment. So today I'm going to go walk to the park with baby girl once she wakes up. And that's going to be my exercise for today. An hour walk pushing a stroller up and down hills, which I think that's fairly good. It's not like running or anything, but it's better than doing nothing. Something is always better than nothing, let me tell you. Just gotta keep putting this black down. Let me see what you're saying. Hold on. Hi, Nick. Hello, Nick. And I kind of found out what was my problem with that one day I couldn't get my eyelashes on. I don't know if you guys saw that makeup tutorial, but it was the gooey glitter that I had put on my lash line, and it kept the glue from adhering. So next time I do the glitter, I will definitely apply my lashes first. Now that's a personal lesson learned. That I learned on my own. A lot of these tips and tricks you gotta kind of like do with trial and error and learn on your own. Like, you'll never learn unless you actually do. Like, I'm big on, doing it myself, and that's how I learned too. Like, just now, I learned that I should have done my crease first before laying down my lid shadow, because the lid shadow is actually more overpowering than this black, which is really a trip. I would have never have thought that that would be a thing, but it is. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have. Maybe if I go into the brown, it'll be a little bit better. Maybe it'll blend better with the eyeshadow. Looks a little bit deeper than the black did, actually. I don't know. You love the shadow? Nikki makes it look easy. Aw, that's sweet, Crystal. I don't feel that I do, but awesome. That it seems that way. And then I'm put this under my lid. under my eyebrow. Sorry, see? That's just little examples of how my brain, it's hard to compute sometimes. Especially when you have not had enough coffee. Like I have not today, but oh well. Alright. I'm just mainly doing this so I can get some lashes on. And then I'm going to use, again, another little thing I've learned. With my, I was a big fan of pencil liners until I started viewing YouTube channels. This is fairly recent. I've become a big fan of liquid liner. This one's just your basic Maybelline waterproof, but oopsie, don't you fall. This has been happening a lot lately to me. I'm sorry. Please stay there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just line my lash line and kind of keep it fairly straight as I can. And when you line your lash line, it kind of, obviously a little bit higher than the lash line. It gives, first off, it gives a nice little spot for the fake lashes to lay, but it also kind of hides the fact that you're wearing fake lashes. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm running out of liquid liner too. It's getting a little dry. That's okay. Just go buy some more. Okay, so the tricks that I've learned with falsies. I put some on last night. As you can see, they're just kind of floating around in there. Let's see what you guys are saying. I am trying to learn, although I'm usually very natural, but I'm trying to learn shadows. What makeup remover do you use? I use the Neutrogena makeup removing wipes. That has been, also I use coconut oil too. So those are my two go-tos for makeup remover. I agree. Oh, Share Bear! Oh, my phone's about to die. You guys. I agree, close the eyelash as possible for eyeliner. Have you tried putting the lashes under your... No, not yet, Miss Taylor. No, nope. But, yeah, not yet. That's my next venture, I suppose, right? I don't know. Here's that. So, usually, you cut the ends of the lash if they're too, long for your lash line. But these have actually been just right. First I thought they were too long, and then I cut them and they looked funky, and then I realized, oh wait, no, they're not too long. You live, you learn, right? Hello, Montez. I just bought those wipes. Yay! Yeah, no, Clayleen, they're great. I've also learned when applying falsies, you want to make the ends to have the most glue. Because the ends, I suppose, are most important. And of course, you want an even layer throughout, but you want to glob the ends, not over glob. Because you start application with one end. Well, at least I do. You can do it any way you want. Everyone has a different method to how they do that. But me, I do one end, and then I do the center, and then I do the other end. Another trick that I've learned. You have to wait for the glue to get tacky. If you do it too soon, you're going to end up with an eyelash on your eyebrow. Legit. So, Let's hope these work with me today. And still to this day, I struggle sometimes with eyelashes. No joke. And that's with me practicing for over a year. You know what I mean? Again, you don't learn all this stuff overnight. It takes time, it takes practice. And just put some butter lip gloss on. This is in Birthday Shoot. It's neutral. Because I have kind of a lot with the eyes going on, you want to do a neutral lip whenever you have a lot with the eyes going on. It's another thing I've learned. And actually that's true because I've made the mistake of overdoing my eyeshadow and putting like a really like bright lip, and it just looked funky. Like it looked like what's the word? Like I don't know, just looked it was too much. Too much. After my lashes, I'm gonna have to go. I sure have, Kayleen. I get it everywhere. Do your lashes stay on all day? Yes, they do. Well, like, ever get the glue in your eye? Yeah. They stay on, like, the majority of the day. Like, because I'm gonna go walking, I'll be sweating, so I'll probably take them off. But if I wasn't walking, I have class tonight, and, it would have, if I didn't do any kind of exercising, I'm just putting on some blush, but, if I didn't do any exercising, yeah, it would have stayed on through class tonight. My lashes would have. So they last like 6 to 8 hours. I'm just putting a little blush with my Color Sculpt palette. Or what is it? Sculpt?
USA. USA.
Nobody can see.
USA.
Nobody can see. There, now they can see.
USA. Copy.
Show your face.
No.
Show your face.
Here you go.
Thank you, babe. I love you.
Love you too. It's probably strong.
Whoa. Whoa. Lar. Sha. Whew. That's gonna wake me up. That'll wake me up. That, yeah. Wow. Wow-woo-wah. Okay, let's try to apply this lash before it dries. And then I'm just going to hold it. I don't like to use any fancy tools. I just use my fingers. And I press it down. Once I get it on that line that I need it to be, I kind of press. Isn't my husband a doll? Like, isn't he just the cutest thing you ever did say? My phone's gonna die, you guys. If it does die while I'm doing this, goodbye. Stay positive, even though I know it's hard sometimes, and I'll catch up with you later. But I'm gonna continue with my lashes. I don't want it to die on you while I'm on here, so I'm just saying goodbye in advance. If it does. Let me see what you guys are saying before I do my second lash. These ones feel a little loose, so I'll probably just take these off as soon as I'm done filming. How sweet. That was sweet. Aw, how sweet he is. Hey, Nikki, hubby. Nice hubby. Cute mug, LOL. Hi, hubby. Okay, let's do this. Finish this up. Because my phone's about to die. And I figured this video wouldn't take too long because I'm just going over, like, stuff I've learned. I'm not really doing any look in particular. You know what I mean? Just kind of playing. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that. I'm not even touching it. Oh, stop doing it. This stuff is like really temperamental. I don't like it. I can't wait to get till payday so we can get some new lash glue. I'm looking forward to it. And get some more cover effects. There we are. Let that hang out now for a minute, and I'll talk to you guys while I'm waiting. Bye all in advance. Yes, bye. I'm not being rude. I'm not just going to cut off and not say goodbye to you guys. Okay. My back is killing me. My fibro gives me a tendency to sit really, especially my boobs. My fibro mixed with my boobs gives me a tendency to be like this. You know what I mean? I need to stop doing that. I really do. Like, waiting on it to dry. And also, like, see how natural that looks? If you want a more natural look, you can always get lashes that, like, barely look like you've put any lashes on. I personally like the kind of overdone look a little bit. I'm starting to really like the, like, big lashes, which, that's fairly new. I kind of was, like, indifferent and was like, I need to just make it look natural as possible. But I kind of like the fake lash look. It's kind of, I don't know, like reminiscent to like the 50s, you know, or 60s even. You know what I mean? I like it. There goes my phone. 15%, you guys. So I'm just going to hold this down now that I got it on my lash line. Put my mirror down. Oof. I need more counter space. I can't wait till we redo this bathroom, you guys. Like, I seriously, I don't know how much longer I can wait. It's been a long time coming. And I will be sure to actually post videos of us redoing our bathrooms. Because, you know, I think doing your own housework, well, number one, you save a shit ton of money. And number two, it's kind of fun to watch people, like, watch the transformation. Like, what's that one show I watch? Well, I watch it all. I don't watch it, like, I'm not a regular watcher, but I watch it sometimes when it's on. With a couple, they live in Texas and they redo homes together. I think the lady's retiring. Laugh all outright, Kayleen. Looks great, Nikki. I love that type of look, too. I'm struggling to get out and try it, right? Dude, Crystal, that's just the matter. Just do it. Just try it. You eventually, it starts off hard, but it gets easy. If I wore makeup like that, I might get coffee. Oh, that was great. Right? Like, also, like, it's nice to look good for your hubby. Like, I don't know. It feels good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when we were first dating, I cared about how I look. I shouldn't stop caring about how I look just because I've snagged him. That's like the worst thing you can do to somebody. Well, not the worst thing. Like, it's not nice. You gotta love yourself in order to love others. And part of that is self-care and beauty and getting ready and staying fit, eating right, being healthy, being the best version of you, you know. Yes, I like those videos. Well, hello there. Hi, Frank. It's so hard for me to get all dolled up and ready just to sit around the house, but I agree, Nikki. True, says Kayleen. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. This eyelash is a little bit too much on that side. I'll show you how not to do your lashes. Sorry. Anyway, stay positive, be good to each other. I'll catch up with you guys later. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Kisses. Be good. Be good. I'll try to be good too.